All right, we just pressed live. I'm excited for today's stream here. We got something pretty cool to talk about today, cryptography. I don't know how familiar you guys are with this topic. I kind of came across it quite randomly and I was like, you know what? That'd be pretty freaking cool to talk about. So that's what we're doing here today. First off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a little bit of time for everybody to pop in to the chat. Maybe maybe audio is working good. Everything's working good there. I'm excited to hear that. I'm just going to quickly share this. You know what? They need to figure out like some sort of a automation technique for going live. Here we go. We're sending stuff, guys. We're sending posts out. If you're joining up, let me know how you're doing. Say what's up in the chat. We got a little bit of time until we get into the actual bulk of the stream. Hopefully we get a 1 to 2 people in here. Pop up nice and easy. But we're going to get the X posts up in a quick millisecond here. And then let me what's good in the neighborhood? Let's see. Who did I send that to? Perfect, 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 perfect. All right, posts are getting up. They're ready to go. We are just going to press the good old, post button over here. We tap that away. I want to hear about what you guys are doing today. What's interesting? What's fun? What's going down in the city? Let's see. We're going to share this, copy the link. You got to send it out to some of the boys. Let me see who I've sent. Some of the ex-boys, some of the ex-fam over here. Oh, no, I completely forgot. All right, we'll do that. That's perfect. That is going to be great, actually. This is going to be a fun time. All right, I'm going to give a few more seconds just in case anybody decides to pop in. Once again, if you're in the chat, say what's up. Let me know. We got the post live on X. We have stream up and running pretty good. Audio sounds all right. I think the picture quality looks pretty good. I've been messing around with the camera a little bit, trying to get it better. For the viewing experience, I've got a little bit of updated stream layout over here. It's looking a little better, crisper than before. So I'm excited to do that. And if it's your first Wednesday with me, then don't forget, every Wednesday I love to do this. It's a series I call the Historical Research Quest. It's not all that insane. It's not as crazy as some may think it sounds. We just pick out a historical topic, event, person, period, whatever, and we dive into it for about an hour, 45 minutes an hour. It's just a quick refresher history lesson for people involved, or maybe something new for others to learn if they haven't learned it already. This week's topic is, of course, the secret over 4,000-year-old history of cryptography, which is going to be a pretty fascinating conversation. It's very interesting. The way it ties from the past into modern day, it's unlike many other areas that you can read up on, because there are so many direct similarities about cryptography, you know, back in the day, thousands of years ago versus today. But there's also so many differences in how they operate within society. So it's a very cool and interesting topic to dive into. I'm excited to do it. If anybody wants to say what's up, let me know. It says we have a few people in here, so I'm gonna get started pretty soon here. Like I said, I like to talk for it ranges. Low and bare minimum, we're talking like 35 minutes, but they could potentially get up to an hour. It just depends on how chatty I feel about certain topics and points I want to hit. In today's episode, we're gonna have some real world examples. We're going to have some fun exercises to sort of help better understand cryptography if you don't know it already. And then also, just naturally, throughout the course of history, cryptography has played a huge role and still does to this day. It protects a lot of things that you use every day. It protected kings and empires. It's quite an incredible little thing to learn about. So I'm fascinated to share that with you all today. I need to play like some waiting lobby music. Hold on. Oh wait. I hate copyright shit. I hate copyright. It's so stupid. With the, you know, this age of AI, all copyright laws need to just vanish, to be honest. And that's for my stuff too. Anybody do whatever you want with my stuff if the laws go extinct, but it's not something I'm looking to deal with overly, you know, as we've been. Like I remember when you put shorts up, you just want to put some content up and they fuck you. Because you have some song playing. Listen, I'm playing video games at night. I'm streaming video games. I like to throw on some tunes. I like to throw on some tunes, bruv. But no, that's what we get. That's what we get. That's all we get, right? Well, let's get popping because today we're hopping right into the history of cryptography. So what I want to do to you guys is I'm going to sort of layer this in. I see we have some more people joining up. What's up, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? We have a fun lesson. If you missed it, if you don't know what this is, every Wednesday I sit down here and I host a historical research quest stream. It doesn't go for too long, 30 minutes to an hour and a half. We'll just call it in the middle, let's say an hour. And we pick one fascinating topic, story, time period, person, anything, and we dive into the history of it. It's either a refresher for someone who hasn't learned about it before or who's learned about it but may have forgotten some details. And for those of you who had never heard about cryptography, for example, this is a really good entry level like stream or video to watch to get a better understanding as to what cryptography is and the history or the role it's played throughout our history. I mean, cryptography has been around now. We're talking upwards over 4,000 years. I was mentioning this a little bit before we had anybody popping in here. But now we're gonna get rolling. I see we got some numbers flickering up. Type away in the chat, guys. Let me hear what you got in the chat for me today because I would love to know. I would love to know what you guys have saying. I would love to know how you're doing, how you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're seeing. And if you know anything about cryptography, first of all, that's what I would like to know. Does anybody know anything about cryptography? Do you know what? Do you know what cryptography is? That's going to be the first sentence that gets us started today. We have the chat booming. We have the chat big booming. So I'm excited. I'm excited, guys. This is going to be one of the biggest streams we have yet. For all of this. Oi. Oi. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is it is 6:09 right now. For some reason at what time should I pick? We'll pick a random time. At 6:12. At 6:12, I'm diving into the lesson. So we're gonna give 3 minutes for anybody to show up if they want to. And if you're here, if you're chilling in the lobby, then let me know. Let me know because we will fast track that for you. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. I don't want to keep you waiting. I do not want to keep you waiting. Here we go. We're gonna rip some. There we go. All right. You know what? We're going to give a shout out to our friends over at Rumble Wallet real quick. We are going to do that. All right. You ready? You ready, guys? One amazing thing about Rumble Wallet, actually, there's a million amazing things about Rumble Wallet. They can freeze your accounts, they can shut off your cards, they can lock you out of your money overnight. Banks don't protect you. That's what banks do to you. Banks can freeze your accounts, shut off your cards, and lock your own money. If you guys know me, you know that I love Rumble Wallet. We gave over $60,000 to veterans on behalf of some partners we were working with through a series of streams to veterans directly on Rumble through Rumble Wallet. Banks don't protect you. They control you. That's why real financial freedom starts with ownership. Introducing Rumble Wallet, a non-custodial wallet built for people who refuse to give up control. With Rumble Wallet, you don't just buy digital currency like Bitcoin and Tether. You can own Tether Gold, real gold on the blockchain. Through Tether Gold, you get direct ownership of physical gold bars, each one fully allocated, verifiable by serial number, purity, and weight. This isn't paper gold. This isn't an IOU. This is real gold without bank vaults, storage fees, or gatekeepers. You can buy, sell, or move it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, no business hours, none of that bullshit, even when traditional gold markets are closed. And if you want, Tether Gold can be redeemed for physical gold. That's power. And when you support creators on Rumble, you can tip them directly using Rumble Wallet, peer to peer, and outside the banking system. All right? Rumble Wallet, that's exactly what we used it for, and it was perfect. No permissions, no middlemen, no cancel, no cancel button. This wallet is completely yours forever. Rumble Wallet is goated. Rumble Wallet is the future. Everybody either needs to catch up or they're going to get left behind because Rumble Wallet does one thing and it does one thing perfectly. Allows creators to be rewarded for their creations outside of boundaries, outside of bullshit systems, outside of business hours, whenever they want, whenever they can. Rumble Wallet is incredible. I absolutely love it. Um, as far as and that holds true for the entire Rumble ecosystem. Like, like, come on, who's lying here? Who is lying here? Rumble Wallet is just the greatest. All right, it is 6:12. We're gonna hop right in and get started on our stream here, ladies and gentlemen. This is an exciting topic we have here. So, whoopsie daisy. Let me. Of course, I lost. Of course, I lost something. Always got to lose something. Oh, here we go. Nope. What's going on here? All right. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We are just figuring out where we put our stuff. There we go. We found it. There we go. We found it. All right. So let's get right into this, shall we? I think it's time. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Historical Research Quest. I'm your host, guys, Leon Horvath from NAG, and I'm coming to you live from Florida, but today we're embarking on a pretty awesome journey through the entire history of cryptography. Let me bring up the first picture here. The ancient and modern art of turning readable messages into secret code that only the intended recipient can understand. So, that is the general understanding of cryptography. You ready? The ancient and modern art of turning readable messages into secret code that only the intended recipient can understand. This story spans over 4,000 years. It's not just about spies and codes, it's about power, war, trust, and frankly, survival. Cryptography has protected pharaohs' tombs, helped win world wars, and now safeguards every online purchase, private message, and bank transfer that you make. Without it, the digital world as we know it would completely collapse and we'd all be cooked. We'd be absolutely cooked. In the next hour-ish, like I said, we'll see how long we're talking, but in the next hour-ish, we'll talk chronologically from the first hidden symbols in ancient Egypt through Spartan battlefield tricks, Roman shifts, Renaissance code wheels that stumped kings for centuries, the mechanical monsters of World War II, the mathematical breakthroughs that created the secure internet, and finally, the looming quantum threat that could break it all. I'll include lifestyle demos, imagine you're there sort of moments, and plenty of stories so you feel the tension of code breakers racing against time, because it's so true. If you're enjoying this, and if you think you'll enjoy it preemptively, then you guys know what to do. Smack a little likey like for your boy, like the button, hit a nice little follow on Rumble or wherever you're watching, subscribe if you haven't, and drop in the chat what's one secret that you wish you could keep perfectly hidden. And let's unlock the past together. All right. So Moving in, we're going to ancient cryptography. That's going to be like the first little section here that we dive into and talk about. Let's begin this here around 1900 BC in ancient Egypt. Scribes carving inscriptions on tombs and monuments sometimes replaced common hieroglyphs with rarer or modified symbols. So there was the common hieroglyphs, and then they would implement the cryptography through, carving inscriptions on tombs and monuments instead of common hieroglyphs. So, little trickery action. Um, this wasn't full encryption like we think of today, but it was an early attempt to hide meaning from outsiders while keeping it readable to priests or insiders. Imagine a sacred warning or ritual text that looked normal to most people, but carried a far deeper meaning, a hidden layer, or, for the intended recipient. These cryptographic hieroglyphs appear in some temple walls and papyri, proof that desire to keep secrets is as old as writing itself. All right. Moving forward to around 650 BC in ancient Sparta, here we go, we meet one of the earliest known military ciphers, the Satali. All right, the Satali is one of the earliest known military ciphers. Here's how it worked. A commander took a long strip of parchment or leather and wrapped it tightly around a wooden staff of a specific diameter. He wrote the message lengthwise down the staff. When unwrapped, the letters scattered into complete gibberish. All right. So he would write it on the staff, similar to how you see here in the image. He would write it on the staff, and the words, as you can see, go stand out like it was down, top down. Top down, he would write the message, and then when you unwrapped this this wrap, the letters completely scattered into complete gibberish. So you would only be able to decipher the message if you rewrapped around that base and reformed the message. The receiver needed an identical diameter staff to rewrap the strip and read the message in order. So even back when tech wasn't everywhere, there wasn't all this Google Translate, none of this shit. Notes app, you couldn't hide a text message you were sending it. No, you had to wrap some shit around a staff, unwrap it, send it to your boy who had to have the exact same size staff, and then you could read it. So think about it this way. In order to send an iMessage to one of your friends, you both would have to have the same size, same model iPhone in order to be able to communicate directly. It's pretty funny to think about it that way. And this was absolutely brilliant for battlefield use. Simple, portable, and effective against enemies who intercepted the strip. It's a transposition cipher. The letters stay same, but their order is scrambled by the physical wrapping. Picture a Greek general sending urgent orders during the Peloponnesian War. If captured, the message looked like completely random letters, and only the right staff revealed the command. Right? All right, now we jump over to 50 BC and Julius Caesar. He popularized a substitution cipher that's still taught today, the Caesar shift. Shift every letter in the alphabet forward by a fixed number, typically 3 numbers, or number 3, so typically 3 positions, all right? So A becomes D, right? Because you have the letter A, and you want to shift it 3 times. So A, B, C, D. After A. All right. You shift A once, you get to B. You shift B once, you get to C. And you shift D once. What the fuck am I talking about? You shift C once and you get to D. Okay. So A becomes D, B becomes E, and so on and so forth. The message, attack at dawn, encrypts down to DWWDFN DWGDZQ. So every single letter is shifted 3 letters, and then you get a completely scattered, stupid message. But if you know how to decrypt the message, boom, it says attack at dawn. It was simple enough for quick use in the field, and it worked well against less literate enemies who didn't speak or read Latin fluently, but it's vulnerable, obviously, to frequency analysis once you know the language patterns. So here's a live demo moment. If I say the cipher text BRX DUH D G or JHQLXV, shift each letter back 3 positions in the alphabet, you get you are a genius. Easy, right? That's why these monoalphabetic ciphers lasted so long. they felt secure enough for their time. So that's pretty interesting. If you and your boys if you're in high school or something, you're ever in class and you want to get a little message across the let's scratch that. Here is a fun use of monoalphabetic ciphers. So if you and your boy are in class in high school, for example, and you want to start passing notes, but you don't want to risk the teacher finding out you're passing notes and then reading the notes out loud. I know you guys have phones now, so it doesn't even matter. But if you wanted to pass notes, then use a monoalphabetic cipher, code up your message, make it look all weird, start passing it around freely, because if you get caught, your teacher will have no idea what the hell you're writing anyway. So you can't lose there. If you want to get away with passing notes in class without potentially risking your message being read aloud, use a monoalphabetic cipher, and that's going to be your best friend until the end of the school year. So that's also another fun little use case. And it's incredible to hear how these monoalphabetic ciphers were so useful, because today, think about it, you get a little scrambled up message, you're immediately playing the pattern game. Oh, I see two B's. What could be two B's there? It would just this would fall apart a lot quicker today in a practical sense than it did back then. But there was a lot less overall literacy, a lot more language barriers, and a lot more factors in play back in the day that kept these monoalphabetic ciphers just really strong for quite some time. Now we move on. Here we go. Now let's move into a little bit of the medieval and Renaissance. Frequency analysis and polyalphabetic ciphers. By the 9th century AD, during the Islamic Golden Age, cryptography took a huge leap forward thanks to the mathematician Al-Kindi. He wrote the first known book describing frequency analysis. The idea is simple but extremely powerful. In many languages, certain letters appear far more often than others. In English, E is the most common, followed by T, A, O, etc., etc. If you count the symbols in a long ciphertext and match the frequencies to normal language patterns, you can often reverse engineer a simple substitution cipher. This discovery made monoalphabetic ciphers much weaker and pushed cryptographers to invent more complex systems. So, see, exactly what I mentioned a second ago. The monoalphabetic ciphers became a lot less strength and were basically codes that were cracked right as people started to recognize these language patterns and the frequencies and how they, mix with different languages and how common certain letters were. E-A-I-O-U. But that's the point. And so monoalphabetic ciphers, like I said, did end up getting pushed out a bit more because cryptographers had to start inventing more complex systems. In 1467, the Italian Renaissance polymath Leon Battista Alberti. Leon, guys, when you hear a dude with the name Leon, just immediately assume it's a genius. It's my name. Leon Battista Alberti invented the first polyphobetic cipher using rotating disks, which is now called the Alberti cipher disk. It had 2 or more concentric rings with alphabets. You could change the alignment mid-message, so the same plain text letter would encrypt to different ciphertext letters at different points. And this broke basic frequency analysis because the mapping kept shifting. So it was a constantly evolving and moving set of letters that would ultimately create a completely different message or compound of letters to a unintended recipient. And here you can see in that image what that sort of looks like. Then around 1553, the Vigenère cipher appeared, building on earlier work by Belasto, but often credited to Blaise de Vigenère. You choose a keyword, repeat it over your plain text, and use a massive 26 by 26 table called the tabula recta to look up each letter pair. Here we go. We'll show you that. For example, with keyword KEY, the first letter uses the K row, the second letter uses the E row, and so on. So we have the K row, the E row, and then wherever you would send a message, to be used as instructions for this chart, right? Now, the message that is sent has nothing to do with the actual message that you're trying to be delivered. Instead, what that message is, it's giving you instructions on how to decode the actual message you're supposed to be reading. This was hailed as the Le Chiffre Indéchiffrable. Wait, Le Chiffre Indéchiffrable, the indecipherable cipher, and it resisted serious cracking for nearly 300 frickin' years. European kings, queens, diplomats, and military leaders used variations for state secrets and battlefield messages. So this system we're seeing here, right here, the indecipherable cipher, this shit lasted for 300 years. 300 years. That's crazy. That's unbelievable. Text messages aren't going to last 300 years. In 200 years, you know what's going to happen when you pull up an old iMessage? They're going to look at it and their laser eyes are going to fly through it and they're going to be like, that says that we should go get dinner tomorrow. Whatever the fuck, you know? Anyway, the beauty was that frequency analysis no longer worked because each letter had multiple possible mappings depending on the keyword position. Lot going on here. Nevertheless, very interesting. Now we move into a bit of the World Wars section, all right? A little World War activity. Let me get you moving over here. Can you see the picture well? There we go. Oh. World Wars. Oh, hold on, everybody. Give me one more second. All right, here we go. By World War One, cryptography had become critical, absolutely critical. So you're talking, early 1900s area. One famous example is the Zimmermann telegram in 1917. You're looking at that bad boy right here. Germany sent a secret diplomatic message to Mexico offering US territory if Mexico attacked America. British cipher analysts in room 40 intercepted and cracked it using frequency techniques and known codes. When revealed, it helped push the United States into the war, showing how one decrypted message could change global history. I want to reread this for you guys just so you understand how serious of a situation this was. Okay, we're just going to start from the top. By World War I, cryptography had become critical. One famous example is the Zimmermann telegram in 1917. Germany sent a secret diplomatic message to Mexico offering US territory if Mexico attacked America. British cipher analysts in room 40 intercepted and cracked this message using frequency techniques and known codes. When revealed, it helped push the United States into the war, showing how one decrypted message could change global history entirely. One decrypted message is what potentially catapulted US into that war. Isn't that so crazy? But the pinnacle came in World War II when the German Enigma machine, it looked like a sophisticated typewriter. So we're looking like right here, what we're looking at on the image. This was, remember, the German Enigma machine. It looked like a sophisticated typewriter with a keyboard, a lamp board for output, a plug board for extra swapping, and rotating rotors that changed the electrical path with every single key press. The number of possible daily settings was astronomical, up millions upon millions daily settings. The Germans believed it was unbreakable and used it for all high-level communication. How funny is that? Imagine someone coming out with a new computer or whatever today, any sort of technological device on the market today, and being like, "Yeah, we believe this is unbreakable or uncrackable." Fuck off, man. What are you talking about? You can crack, break anything under the sun. That's the wild part. Polish mathematicians cracked early versions in the 1930s, though. So what the Germans thought were uncrackable, unbreakable, Polish mathematicians cracked early versions of them in the 1930s and shared their breakthroughs with the British. At Bletchley Park, Alan Turing and his team developed the Bombay, an electromagnetical device that rapidly tested possible rotor settings. The intelligence gathered, codenamed Ultra, gave the Allies critical advantages in the Battle of the Atlantic, D-Day planning, and many, many more. Historians estimate it shortened the war by at least 2 years and saved millions of lives. All of this remained top secret for decades after the war. So that's what we're talking there. This was World War II area. So potentially decrypting these messages saved millions of lives. Crazy. Now we move forward into the digital revolution. After World War II, computers arrived and that changed everything, obviously. Early systems like the DES were symmetric, same secret key for both encryption and decryption, but sharing that key securely over long distances was risky. Kind of sounds like a crypto wallet, speaking of Rumble Wallet, doesn't it? um, but in 1976, Whitefield Diffie and Martin Hellman introduced public key cryptography. The famous paint mixing analogy explains it perfectly, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys that right now. Alice and Bob each start with common yellow paint and add their own secret color. The other doesn't know what the other color is. They exchange the mixed paints over a public channel. Then each adds their secret color once again. Both end up with the same final secret color, but an eavesdropper who only sees the exchanged mixtures can easily recreate it. So really, only one eavesdropper, one spy could recreate it. And here you go. Here, this shows you the Bob and Alice example in the diagram behind me, or in the image behind me. But in 1997, Ron Rivest, Adi Shamir, and Leonard Edelman created RSA, the algorithm that still underpins much of internet security. You generate a public key, which anyone can use to encrypt a message to you, and keep a private key, which only you use to decrypt. And this solved key distribution problems elegantly and enabled secure online communication without prior secret sharing. So you didn't have to share keys. You didn't have to ship keys here and there. Both use the same key in order to be able to, utilize cryptography. Instead, you each got a key, you generate a public key, and then you keep a private key, and that assigns your specific role in this transaction of encrypted messaging. Right? Here we go. Once again, Bob and Alice pull up with an amazing public key, secret key encryption message little image here. So here we have Bob. Bob has his public key. Bob, here is Bob's secret key generator. It just shows you the connection points, obviously, among all of these. I'm trying to see if I have a better one for you guys. Maybe here. How did that show? Here we go. Okay. So this is a better version to showcase public key encryption. So here we have Alice, plain text, just plain messaging. Here we have Bob, plain messaging. Alice is trying to send Bob an encrypted message. So Alice first encrypts the message, her plain text, with a public key, which is then sent through its encrypted data. This is all encrypted. So Alice sends it, encrypts the message with the public key. Then it gets sent over to Bob, who now has to decrypt this encrypted message using his private key. And then Bob ultimately ends up with plain text that Alice wanted to send, but make sure nobody else could see along the way. That is the process of encryption. It's not just closing up, it's also opening up. Capiche? You see? But now we talk about the future, quantum threats and beyond. Today we stand at a completely new frontier. Quantum computers, using principles like superposition and entanglement, could run Shor's algorithm to factor large numbers extremely fast, potentially breaking RSA and similar systems in minutes. A lot of people think about supercomputers, they hear, quantum computers, not fucking supercomputers. Supercomputers, we already have them, they do nothing. But a lot of people think about quantum computers and quantum computing, and they think about all the incredible opportunities that lie ahead, the speed at which certain things can be solved. But what you forget often is how fast things will also start to unravel and be broken. With quantum computing powers being able to decrypt things that would take a normal supercomputer, let's say like billions of years, that could be done in seconds with quantum computers potentially here. And all of these systems that have been established long ago that we still use today, like RSA, could be broken in a blink of an eye, leaving us on our ass and thinking, what the fuck do we do now? How did we get here? And how do we go back? But Nevertheless, that technology is so immeasurably strong that no matter how much I talk about it, I don't have experience with it directly, and even I can't fathom just how insane these quantum computers are or will be, assuming however they come about. Why today's encryption won't survive tomorrow. See, this is a good little picture here. Quantum machines solving billions of problems, right? Billions of problems simultaneously at that, not one by one. And then here is the classic server overheated, encryption at risk. You know, this is a classic encryption. Classic encryption is going to be unable to cope with the quantum machines super solving abilities and the speed at which it can solve absolutely anything in the ether. So quantum is a big threat to today's data security, which honestly is no surprise at all. Like, let's be honest. That's why researchers worldwide are developing post quantum cryptography. So they're working on it already. New algorithms resistant to quantum attacks. I'd like to see if that's possible. Quantum key distribution offers another. Quantum key distribution offers another path using the physics of photons to detect eavesdropper instantly. All right. The physics of photons to detect an eavesdropper instantly. That's crazy. Wow. Wow. I just want to give you all like a nice. It's a lot to process there for sure. Oh wait, we're gonna hit our friends over at Trinova Health. See what we got here. Oh yeah. AccessMed, powered by Trinova Health, is a revolutionary telehealth service that offers fast, free online evaluations and free home delivery of customized compounded medications, offering custom weight loss support, ivermectin therapy, hair restoration, cosmetic rejuvenation, custom ED treatments, and much more. You can complete your visit in less than 10 minutes, and there is no subscription for recurring fees, ever. We've made getting started easier than ever. Simply follow the link, choose the product or treatment you're interested in, and then complete a quick online survey evaluation. Within days, your custom meds will arrive to your door. Mention Rumble in the coupon code and get 10% off your first treatment. That's right. Check out Access Med powered by Trinova Health, which is, once again, a revolutionary telehealth service that offers fast, free online evaluations and free home delivery of customized compounded medications. Perfect, 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 perfect. Awesome. Here we go. All right, we're going to come back up here. We're going to throw this over here. Oh, no, no, no. I lost my page again, guys. I lost my page again. I'm on the road again. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. I want to give you guys a nice little quick recap of what we just talked about before we jump into the conclusion, because it was a quite an information heavy um little read there. But it was also fun and very exciting. So, here's a quick fucking Christ. Here's a quick recap of the epic history of cryptography. First, the ancient origins, 1900 BC to 50 BC. Cryptography begins with hidden writing around 1900 BC in Egypt. Scribes used non-standard hieroglyphs in tombs to obscure messages for insiders only. By 1500 BC in Mesopotamia, en- encrypted recipes protected trade secrets like pottery glazes. The Spartans in approximately 650 BC invented the citali, wrapping parchment around a staff to scramble letters, a transportation cipher, and Julius Caesar around 50 BC popularized the Caesar cipher, a simple letter shift, usually +3 from military messages. Then we have the medieval breakthroughs and code breaking in 9th century AD. In the Islamic Golden Age, mathematician Al-Kindi developed frequency analysis, the first systematic way to crack substitution ciphers by counting letter frequencies. Example, E is most common in English. This exposed the weakness of simple monoalphabetic ciphers. Then we have the Renaissance innovation from 15th to 16th centuries, where Leon Battista Alberti in 1467 created the polyalphabetic cipher with rotating discs, changing the substitution mid-message. And then Giovan Battista Bilasso in 5053, later associated with Visionary, introduced the Visionary cipher, using a keyword and a 26 by 26 tabula recta table. It was called indecipherable and protected royal diplomatic secrets for nearly 300 years until broken in 1863. Now, World War I turning point in 1917, the Zimmermann telegram, which was a German encrypted message promising Mexico US territory. It was cracked by British codebreakers, and its public release helped to bring America into the war, proving one decrypted message could alter history forever. World War II and mechanical crypto, 1930s to 1940s area. Nazi Germany relied on an Enigma machine, a complex rotor-based device with millions of daily settings. Polish mathematicians cracked early versions at Bletchley Park. Alan Turing and team built the Bombe machine to automate attacks. The resulting ultra-intelligence shortened the war by at least 2 years and saved millions of lives. Then there was the digital revolution in the 1970s. Computers changed everything. The US adopted DES, which is data encryption standard, in 1977 as the first public symmetric encryption standard for business banking, but for business/banking. But symmetric keys were hard to share securely over, long distances. So there was the public key breakthrough in 1976 to 1977. Diffie-Hellman in 1976 introduced the revolutionary idea of public key cryptography, allowing strangers to agree on a secret key over an open channel, classic paint mixing analogy. And shortly after, Reves, Shamir, and Edelman created RSA, the algorithm that powers HTTPS, online banking, secure email, and most internet security today by using separate public encrypt and private decrypt keys. Modern standards and strength, 2001 to today. AES, which is Advanced Encryption Standard, which was created in 2001, replaced DES at the global symmetric gold standard for bulk data encryption. Cryptography now protects everything from your phone to global finance. The quantum horizon, which is the future. Quantum computers threaten to break current systems like RSA using algorithms like Shor's. This drives the race toward post-quantum cryptography. New math-resistant algorithms is probably the way that's going to come about. And quantum key distribution, using physics to detect eavesdroppers instantly. Blockchain and cryptocurrencies add another layer, using crypto for trust without central authorities. From Egyptian tomb walls and Spartan kicks all the way to wartime machines, mathematical revolutions, and quantum threats, cryptography has always been humanity's clever response to the need for secrecy and trust. It's not just history, it's the invisible foundation of our digital world. Every secure click you make stands on the shoulders of these brilliant minds across multiple millennia, which is pretty crazy. So that's the grand sweeping history of cryptography, from hidden Egyptian symbols and Spartan sticks, through polyalphabetic tables that protected empires, wartime machines, and heroic codebreakers, to the public key math that secures our digital lives and the quantum challenges ahead. It's ultimately a timeless cat and mouse game between those who create secrets and those who try to reveal them. It's never going to end here. Everybody's always going to have a secret to say, and somebody else is always going to want to know that fucking secret, right? Every time you use HTTPS, send an encrypted message, or make a secure payment, you're relying on centuries of brilliant human ingenuity. What part resonated with you the most? The Enigma drama, the paint analogy, or the quantum future? Tell me in the comments, suggest topics for next week's historical research quests. And I hope you enjoyed this little lesson here. If anybody has anything to talk about, to ask, to request, let me know. We're going to stick around here for just a little bit talking, if there's anything to say. But I'd love to know. I'd love to know what you have for me. What do you think? You know what I'll actually do? I think I'm willing to play some GeoGuessr right now. Actually, I lied. World Guesser. Oh yeah, we're gonna open that up on a different browser, I guess. Web. World. What is it? Hey, a Macarena. All right, let's do this. Hold on, everybody. All right, I'm gonna change the. We are here. We are here. We are here. Let's see what we got locked in. All right, we're gonna jump into a quick round here. Somebody, pull up in the chat. Let me know if you're here. Let me know if you're hanging out in the Rumble chat. It says we have 50 people in here. I'd love to know what you got. Now here, I don't have to do much guessing. This is London. On the bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. Look at that. Look at that. I just killed that. Let's go. Next round. Let's lock in. Here we have Egypt. But I should know even like where it is. It's definitely Cairo, Egypt. I think it's right here in the city. Yeah. Ooh! Boom. That's how we hit that shit. Look at how many points I have. All right, what do we got here? What do we got here? Ooh, this might be like Russia. Russia or Ukraine. I'm going to go with Russia though. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yo, what am I actually doing? What am I actually doing? I'm correct. I'm correct. I'm correct. I'm 3 for 3. I'm 3 for 3. What do we have here? What do we have here? What do we have here? Oh, this is Oy, Germany. Yo, if I get another one really close, I'm gonna freak out. Oh! 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 Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! 2.9 miles away. Yo! Yo, 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 yo. Yo! 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 Yo, where am I? Where am I now? Where am I now? USA, USA, USA. USA, USA. Oh my god. Hallelujah. Wait, we're on a generational run here. We are on a generational run here. We are on a generational run here. We are on a generational freaking run here, and it's actually unbelievable. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is ridiculous. This is insane. Yes, plays. What's up? How you doing, bro? I hope you're enjoying the stream. Thank you for typing in the chat. You're the only one who's done it over here on Rumble so far. It says we have 60 people on Rumble now, but this is crazy. I'm on a generational run, 0.7 miles away. I'm a fucking god. I'm so glad this. Look at this. 25,000 points is the maximum. And we just hit 24,853 points. Look at this. Look at this. 1.8 miles, 5.9 miles, 26 miles, 2.9 miles, 0.7 miles. Put some respect on my fucking name. Holy hell. That was ridiculous. I'm never going to be able to do anything like that ever again. Let's play online. I got to take a screenshot of this. I have to take a screenshot of this. I have to. I literally have to. I have to do it, and I have to download it, and I have to save it. Wow. Holy shit. That was... I mean, I think I deserve like some chats in the comms for that. Like, I think you guys should type like at least one message in the comms. Wow. Wow. Holy. Okay, let's go. Find a match. Okay, so we're talking. Why do I want to say like little Aussie Aussie oi oi oi? What? I ran out of time? Was it? No, I was right. I was right. I was I was right, man. I was right. I was right. All right, what do we got? Oh, no, it's not giving me any time. Come on. All right, I have 28 seconds here. This is definitely somewhere in I just want to go like honestly, I kind of want to go like fuck, Kenya? I think their roads are kind of numbered like that. Not in Kenya specifically, but in South. We're gonna go there. If it's actually Kenya, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh my god, it's Kenya! Oh my god! I'm actually ridiculous. Guys, what am I doing? Why am I so good? Holy shit. I'm actually a boss. Come on. Where's this? Where's this? Where's this? Oh, this is Africa. This is Africa. I think. Come on. Come on. Turn, turn, turn. Apogee. Oh, come on. No, we're just going to guess here. Who the fuck is guessing Mexico there? Are you kidding me? That's so bullshit. I got Kenya on the dome. I got Kenya on the dome. All right, let's see what we got here. What do we got here? Stradivasi, Ice-chan. Europe. Stradivasi. Is this Europe? Is this Europe or is it South America? It's not Europe. South America, South America, South America, South America, Bolivia. Oh, it's going to be Argentina. No, not Argentina. Oh. I'm sorry. That's embarrassing. I didn't even get close there. That is embarrassing. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Thailand, Thailand. I'm going with Thailand, but I honestly like Vietnam more. I'm going with Vietnam. Ooh, I was right. I was right. I was right. Guys, if anybody's actually watching this stream, how are you not respecting the geographical genius that's going on right in front of your eyes? I've been like in the right country 80% of my guesses so far, which is kind of ridiculous. This is Africa. Sudan, maybe? But it's kind of in a mountainous region, a slightly mountainous. It's going to be Tanzania. Ah, I do like Kenya more here, but I went with Tanzania. That's some bullshit. Serbia? You want to tell me that's Serbia? I don't know why. The grass was too green to be African. All right, let's play again. Oh! Oh. Okay, this is Europe now. Zmirizlina. It's like a deep voice, like a Zmirizlina. Zmirizlina. You know, like a Zmirizlina, like a Poland. Poland type of shit. Oh, these are some nice and new modern thingies. Okay. I go with Poland just because I think it's a Polish looking weird. Oh, Slovakia. Close. Wow. I'm still not bad. See what we got here. More UK. Not UK. This is Europe though. This looks like Ukraine. Oh my god. There we go. That's a giveaway. Here we go. What do we got here? I don't know what kind of letters those are. Anybody in the chat, help out while you can. We got snow. That's such a bad guess. Why did I just guess Syria? Yeah. Yeah, I'm fucking actually retarded. Oh, it's so embarrassing. Come on. All right, Dr. Drive Rabda Krishalan. Rabda Krishalan Mag. I have no idea. No idea. Looks pretty populated. Please be right. Okay, Verde view, Verde. That immediately makes me think Mexico. Oh, this is a big city. It's a capital city. It's a capital city. I don't know which ones look like this. But we're gonna go with something. An educated guess here would be like La Paz, Bolivia, Asuncion, Paraguay, Uruguay, Asuncion. I kind of like the Asuncion shout. Ugh. Yeah, I'm fucking dog shit. Singapore? Bruh. So bad. I'm so bad. It's Korean. I should have looked more towards. Okay, Sejong. 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 Let's go. 75 miles away. I just killed that. I should have guessed Seoul, though. I don't know what I was doing. All right, let's play one more. I'll do one more. Thanks for the message, Dom. Thanks for the message, Dom. By the way, if you guys are interested, I play Counter Strike 2 quite often. I might go live later tonight and stream that. Motherfucker, you fucking shitting me? Counter Strike 2, I'd be streaming Counter Strike 2 whenever I have time. Usually get on at 10 p.m. and I stream till 12 a.m., maybe 1 a.m., 2 to 3 hours, a couple times a week when I can, of course. So follow the channel if you like Counter Strike. I've been getting pretty good or a little bit better recently. Also, we're planning some really, really big stuff. It's gonna be announced soon, but you're gonna see a lot of stuff coming together for a project we're working on, and it sort of echoes some messages that we've had in the past through involvements. It's going to be very familiar, very exciting, and very interesting to many people. I can guarantee that. So fuck you, man. I don't have time again. All right, last one. Is this India? Random guess. Philippines for real? Who the fuck knows that? These guys are cheating, man. They be cheating and shit. They be a cheating and shit. I don't know where we are here, man. Is Mexico? Uitza Miranola. Oh, that is not the right place. That's for sure. I'll guarantee you that right now. That was not the right place. All right, we'll restart one more time. We got off to such a hot fucking start, and now I'm ass. No, I was gonna go out there. I was gonna go out there. I was gonna go out there. Fuck, that one hurts. That's what I get for double taking. That's what I get for double taking. That's what I get. That's what I get. That's what I get. Ooh, Uita. What the fuck is Uita? Where is that shit, man? Okay, not too bad, not too bad, not too bad, 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 bad. Not too bad. No, 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 too bad. I'm only 3,000 points behind the number one guy. Let's see. Fuck these garbage positions I keep getting. Oh, this is actually a good position here. I get to know what these people look like. Philippines! 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 Oh, pretty close. Okay, I'm number 5. Let's see what we got here. I have no fucking clue, man. I mean, whatever. Whatever. See if we can get anything better out of this pick. This is Mexico. For sure, this is Mexico. That's how early I'm going to take that guess. I'm pretty freaking confident this is South Mexico. Let's hope so. Let's really hope so. I fucking hate this bullshit game. Fuck this game. I'll do one more. I'll do one more. Okay. L3. This is ooh, this is like countryside out here. I'm like in like Finland. But we're gonna go more down here so we can be closer. I kind of like this guess. Anybody, if you're in chat, say what's up. Type whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're. How did they all get so close? It's okay. Our guess wasn't too bad. This is another good guess right here. This is another good guess right here. Boom! 80 miles away. Not bad at all. That puts us up into 4th place. We have to try to get on the leaderboard here. Let's lock the fuck in. I have no idea. I literally couldn't tell you. Gun to my head, I can't even. I have no fucking clue. Mexico again. How is that Japan? And how is anybody getting anywhere the fuck close to that? That's pissing me off. This is dead ass pissing me off. The fact that these Rards. I'll bet my net worth on this being African. Malaysia. See what we got. If this is really bad, we're gonna rage quit. Not really bad. All right, we got cooked. We got fifth out of 10 players. Really not good. Really not good. Go. All right. You know what? I want you guys to remember. Before we end the stream today, I want you to remember. They can cancel your accounts, they can freeze your cards, decide what you're allowed to buy, say, or support. Big banks and financial institutions have total control and they use it all the time. That's why financial independence matters more now than ever. Introducing Rumble Wallet, a wallet built for real freedom. With Rumble Wallet, you control your money, not a bank, not a government, not a tech company. Buy digital assets like Tether, Tether Gold, and Bitcoin in one secure place. No permission, no middlemen, no cancel button. And when you want to support the creators you actually believe in, you can use the Rumble Wallet app to directly tip content creators securely, instantly, and without interference. This isn't a credit line they can shut off. It's your wallet permanently. Yours to protect your future. Yours to protect your family. When the system fails, when the institutions turn on their own people, financial sovereignty is the difference between security and vulnerability. Rumble Wallet isn't about politics, it's about freedom, ownership, and protecting what's yours. So take control today, download Rumble Wallet now, and step away from the big banks for good. True ownership, true protection, true financial freedom. That's an important message from our friends over at Rumble Wallet once again, as always. Anyway, that was a fun historical research quest stream with a side of um, world guesser or geo guesser, whatever you want to say. I had fun. That was a good little chat we had there. We had a lot of nice viewers pop in today. Thank you all so much for joining. Let's get those chats up though. I want to see you guys in chat. Regardless, I had a great time. I'll see you guys again next Wednesday. Like I said, either tonight or tomorrow night, I will be live playing Counter-Strike 2 at 10 p.m. Eastern. So follow if you want to get notified of that. Rumble Wallet's the best. Keep an eye out on NAG on all the streams and all the content I'll be producing because we are working on a big initiative right now. It's still semi-early phases. But we have a project in mind that's really going to shake some boots and it's going to be something that makes a lot of people very, very happy. So keep an eye out for that. We'll be in touch and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.